Since it's been close to a decade since Warner Bros. And Legendary had started their Monsterverse with Godzilla 2014, they've had mostly more of a success of or should I say, hits or misses and what have you. And I've just seen the brand new installment of this, the follow up to 2021's Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla I mean this X silent. Kong, the New Empire, now playing in theaters. But is this new installment of the Monsterverse another surefire battle to win a big victory? Or is this one due to just have a nasty fall? Find out in this spoiler free review right now. Bad Days! Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the just now released 2024 monster flick Godzilla, little X there, Kong, the New Empire, released by Warner Bros. Along with Legendary Pictures, and once again directed by Adam Wingard, who of course directed the previous installment of the Monsterverse. This is the fifth film in the franchise and the 38th overall Godzilla film and 13th overall King Kong flick. Film stars Rebecca Hall along with Brian Tyree Henry, Dan Stevens, Kaylee Hottle, Alex Ferns and Fala Chen. Now Hall, Henry, and Hottle reprise their roles from the previous film. In this film, Kong encounters more of his species in the Hollow Earth and must unite with Godzilla to stop their tyrannical leader and a powerful climate-changing titan from destroying the surface. Before I go into my thoughts, if you have not seen my reviews of the other films in the Monsterverse, I would appreciate you click on that little card there, and it'll take you to the playlist I've created, in case you might have missed any of these, or if you would like to see them again if you'd like. Okay, now then. Now, this takes place years after defeating Mechagodzilla. Kong establishes his territory in the recently discovered Hollow Earth, which had been discovered in the end of the last film. While on Earth's surface, Godzilla continues to maintain order between humanity and giant monsters known as Titans, defeating Scylla in Rome. Was it Silent? I don't remember. And resting in the Colosseum afterwards. However, a monarch observation outpost stationed in the Hollow Earth picks up an unidentified signal. On the surface, the signal causes Gia, the last known survivor of the Iwi tribe from Skull Island, to experience hallucinations and flashbacks, causing her adopted mother, Dr. Eileen Andrews, to worry. Also sensing the signal, Godzilla leaves Rome and attacks a nuclear plant in France to absorb the radiation and travels to Antarctica. Monarch believes Godzilla is strengthening himself for an oncoming threat. And when a sinkhole opens near his home, Kong discovers an uncharted region and a tribe of giant apes, including a juvenile Suko. After an initial confrontation, Kong forces Suko to lead him to the tribe's lair, and the two slowly bond on their journey. But their tyrannical leader, the Scar King, battles Kong with the aid of an ancient ice-powered titan named Shimo, and that the Scar King controls with pain using a crystal. But anyway, that's all the story I will give to you because this is spoiler free and what have you, so no more on this story. If you want to know what happens afterwards, go see this movie. Anyway, I must admit, I will give you my thoughts on this and what have you. I thought this was really awesome. I really enjoyed the last one, and I wasn't sure if I liked this one, but it proved to be far above my expectations and what have you. This was a blast and what have you. Sure, it's got mixed reviews and what have you, since it's at 55%, which makes it the second film in the Monsterverse to be in rotten status next to Godzilla King of the Monsters. According to them, they say come to film for the sheer monster mashing spectacle and stay for that too because the movie doesn't have much else to offer. Well, that's understandable and why have you. Well, Metacritic had 47 out of 100, and CinemaScore gave it an A minus. Variety found the film mediocre and likened it more to a superhero flick. Owen Gleiberman, the reviewer for Variety, felt that the film had the misfortune of being released too soon after the recent hit Godzilla Minus One from Toho, comparing that film with lyrical majesty and the film more like a product, but admitted that the film delivers on the monster battles, praising the Rome battle. Absolutely, and what have you. Pete Hammond from Deadline Hollywood likened the scenes with the ape tribe to the Planet of the Apes films, and noted that Godzilla, despite getting top billing and referenced repeatedly in the film, mostly plays a supporting role, and felt that the human characters were the same one-dimensional caricatures typically found in monster films, but admitted that they had a nice rapport regardless. And like Gleiberman, Hammond well, also compared the film to Godzilla Minus One, calling it far more impressive that than this film, and suggested that Legendary hires that film's team next. But even so, I can understand. But overall, I thought this film was such a blast from start to finish. Now, I think the action scenes were very good and what have you. And I really liked some of the new monsters we get to see and what have you. That was really incredible. We actually get this. We actually do get to see some tie-ins. I won't include one we saw back in the third film, Godzilla King of the Monsters. I won't tell you who that is, though. That would spoil it. That would spoil it. So I won't tell you what that time would be. But it's really something. Like the previous films in the franchise, it does provide a good soundtrack and what have you. Some songs from the 70s and a little bit of 80s and what have you. Yeah, because I was surprised to have heard the Golden Earrings hit Twilight Zone and Lover Boys Turn Me Loose in the film. That was incredible. The score was done by Tom Holkenberg along with Antonio Diorio. Well, I'm going to say that was pretty good and what have you. Of course, Hulkenberg recently had done the score for this film's predecessor. So, I am going to say this was really good. For our cast, we have Rebecca Hall back on board as Dr. Eileen Andrews. She's still good. Brian Tyree Henry as Bernie Hayes. Yes, he's good too. Dan Stevens as Trapper. And Kaylee Hottle playing Gia. I'm going to say she was incredible as well. Alex Ferns played the character of Mikhail, and Fala Chen plays the Iwi Queen. And there's several others. Well, now, maybe aside from Godzilla, Kong, and the Scar King, there's lots of tie ins you'll see. Much more than what you saw in almost just about as much you would see in Godzilla King of the Monsters. See, uh, six, you can see 9. Yes, you heard me correctly. 9 tie-ins. But aside from Godzilla, Kong, and Scar King, I'm not telling you the rest. Like I said, go see the movie. I'm hoping for the best that this does well. So far, from what I've seen, it's already been doing very well despite the mixed reviews and what have you. So this could easily become the biggest opening for the Monsterverse yet. Because seriously, I think this just might be able to pull it off. And what have you. I mean, the last one did fair enough, despite only despite premiering on Max. Well, when it was HBO Max back at the time, back in the day. But now with this, who knows? Now now Adam Wingard has expressed interest in making another film featuring the two them, but no, it just depends on how this film does and how things kind of shape out. And iterated that ideas have been discussed as to where to take the franchise onward. So we'll see what happens and what have you. But anyway, I like the battle sequences with the two tie-ins and the Scar King. That was really incredible. So I really think if you like the last film, Godzilla vs. Kong, then I'd say you're going to feel right at home with this one. Anyway, Godzilla, I'll just give it an X because it's silent, I do believe. So, but I'll call it just the way I want. Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire. A very good sequel, and what have you. Don't mind what the critics say, but we audience members, I'd say we enjoyed this. A lot of us probably enjoy it. So I'd say if you like the last film, then you're gonna feel right at home with this one. The cast is pretty good. The story's not too bad. The score is really good. Plus some of the songs you hear in the movie. And the action and battle sequences were absolutely really cool and what have you. So that's the big one I liked about it. So overall, I think this is a good film. For my score, I'm gonna give Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, 5 stars, which of course means on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 10. So what did you think of Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And please continue to support my channel and watch my videos and what have you, or else you may disappoint me. But you're still trying to keep this alive and what have you. But anyway, next time I'll be bringing to you my Easter review for this year in It's the Easter Beagle, Charlie Brown. And then after that will be my next live stream and then maybe an hour later after I get this the Easter Beagle up, I will be doing my 5th anniversary Q&A because tomorrow will mark the 5th anniversary of my first video here on YouTube. So be on the lookout for that. But remember, save your questions for the Q&A so that way I don't have to look through to everything this time. I figured that would be the thing to do. Okay, enough said. So if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for these other recent films. They're all spoiler free and what have you. In the upper left hand corner is my spoiler free review of a recent hit for the Warners, which came out earlier this month, and that was Dune Part 2. The upper right hand corner is a review of a film I reviewed a week ago, and that was Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Or if you would like, go to the bottom left hand corner and see my spoiler free review for, well, tough to figure out what I want to give to you. Well, I'll just go ahead and give to you well, my spoiler free review for, well, a film that just didn't do too well. So don't mind me giving it to y'all. I'll give you my Man Web spoiler free review. Okay, please don't get mad at me. In the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.